Dr. Ernie Goss is an economist at Creighton University in Omaha. For more than 30 years, he has been keeping a close eye on the Midwest economy. He predicts the next president of the United States is going to face a real challenge when it comes to the nation's economic health.
I don't think there's any doubt, there's little doubt, that we'll have a recession in the next 4 years.
Goss says the signs are there right now, seemingly everywhere you look. 3 consecutive quarters of negative worker productivity, low prices in the farm sector, low oil prices, a trade deficit where we import $40 billion more in foreign goods than what we export, a budget deficit of more than $500 billion, and a continuing trend of low interest rates. Goss says those rates should have been increased long ago as a way to spur economic growth.
Let's put a little uncertainty into those consumers saying, maybe I ought to buy a house today. Maybe if I'm a business person making that business decision, maybe I need to build that plant today because interest rates will be higher tomorrow. Prices are going up, inflation is going up.
In October of 2007, the federal interest rate was set at 4.25%. 1 year later, that had plummeted to an even 1%. 2 months after that, it fell to a quarter point and stayed there for 7 years until last December, when it was increased to half a point.
Crucial part about the economy right now is we've gone through the recovery, the economic recovery, such as it is, which began in July of 2009. We've gone through the worst recovery on record.
This is the scenario the next president is walking into. And in an election cycle that's been about personalities and insults and light on facts and plans, who is the best when it comes to the economy?
They're starkly different proposals when you dig down into them.
The Cliff Notes version, Donald Trump wants to cut tax rates for businesses big and small from 35% down to 15%. Hoping business owners will use the extra money they're not paying to the government to put more people to work, people who will pay taxes and contribute to the economy. Trump's vision says this plan can create 25 million new jobs. Hillary Clinton wants to increase tax rates on the wealthy and use that extra money to help people offset the costs of child care and housing while boosting Social Security and Medicare.
You're talking about increasing the size of government more in terms of Clinton. And growing more of the private economy under Trump.
Clinton also wants to provide debt-free college to all Americans as a way to create more Americans with high-paying jobs. Goss says that would be a mistake, fearing it would create a generation of professional students. Instead, he says whoever wins should do more to promote tech school educations, because it's jobs from those schools that are missing from the U.S. economy right now.
How about being a welder? How about being an electrician? How about being a plumber? We're really discouraging our young men and women from doing that.
So whose plan would ultimately be better for the country, Donald Trump's or Hillary Clinton's? Ernie Goss says voters have to figure out which candidate matches their belief about what the country needs right now.
If your concern is growth, economic growth, then I think you'd have to be on the side of Donald Trump. If you're on the side of economic equity, in other words, reducing income inequality, and less concerned about growth but more on income inequality, then Clinton's your person.
Now, Dr. Goss admits economists tend to be on the gloomy side of things, but he also adds there is reason to be gloomy right now.